Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to build number 57. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to go into leg stamina today. We are building leg stamina. You can grab, I'm going to use kind of a mid-weight kettlebell, just one weight, one size. You can go body weight if that's your preference today. Find something that will push you and drive your stamina, but also that you're going to enjoy the work. So I know for some of us, we're a little more motivated to come back and show up, depending on how difficult something is. So you kind of make your decisions based on that. All right, so we are going to go ahead and just go through some leg mobility and stretches before we get started. So I'm going to have us take kind of a wide stance, not super wide, but just wide-ish, and then slowly squat down, nice slow squat, and then come all the way back up. So we are going to be on a 1-minute timer. So we're going to basically have 2 weighted exercises or exercises if you choose to go body weight, totally fine. We're going to hit one up for a minute, then a second one for a minute, and then we're going to take a minute for a little bit of mobility and stretch before we hit our next set. All right, one more low squat like this. We're going to stay down low, kind of hinge and twist side to side. Perfect. Grab around that core, lift up the chest. All right, and then I'm going to have us go ahead and extend our right leg long and bring your toe up. Get a stretch along that inner thigh and groin, and then drive yourself all the way over. So spider lunge here. Take some deep breaths. As crazy as it seems, how you breathe makes a big difference in how you feel while you're going through your exercises, through your workout. Work the lungs. It helps set in that core. All right, and then we are going to go into a lizard lunge. So just pivot yourself all the way around toward the front of your mat. Bring your hands inside your front leg, and then you're going to return that left leg. So my left leg's forward. If your right leg's forward, just go for that side. So return that left leg back, and then bring your right leg forward. Let those hips kind of sink down, maybe even bounce a bit, and then push that right leg back, left leg forward, bounce, bounce, bounce. Left leg back, right leg forward, bounce, bounce, bounce. All right, and then I'm going to have us go into a wide knee, so big toes together, knees nice and wide, child's pose. And then from there, we're going to transition on into a froggy pose. So this will kind of help us ease into it. If this is already kind of a little bit of too much intensity or pull on your knees, then just stay here. Otherwise, you're going to widen your knees even more and then set your inner arch on the ground with your heel right in line with your knee. And then you're just going to hinge your hips back a teeny bit and then forward. So we're not really going to hold super long. Just drive back and then push forward. So getting into that inner thigh, getting mobility and range of motion through those hips. Okay, one more. Perfect. All right. Wobble your knees back in. Curl your toes under. Just sit on the backs of your feet. Okay, so we are going to start off with a goblet squat. So I'm going to hold my kettlebell. You can hold a dumbbell up at your chest like a goblet. Like I said, also, you are welcome to go body weight. We're going to be here for 1 minute, so your pace is up to you. It's just about stamina. So after we have our 1 minute from our goblet squat, then we are going to go into a sumo squat. So that's knees and feet pretty wide, and you're going to hold your bell low. All right, so if you need to stop, take a break, shake it out, feel free. We're going to be here for a nice long little chunk of time. Ready, set, and go. So as always, engage that core. First round, set it in, get your rhythm. We want to build heat and build stamina, but like I said, find your comfortable pace, your comfortable range. Depending on what you're going for, the type of challenge, maybe see if you can drop a little deeper. Goal is to get your hips about in line with your knees, depending on your flexibility and mobility in your hips, right? So make sure those hips are pushing back. Drive up through those heels. Lock in through that core. We are at 12 seconds to go. We'll widen out those feet. Find your flexions. Okay, super wide. Knees open out with toes. Again, you drop to the range. Feels comfortable for you. But I really want to see those knees open up wide. Drive up through your heels. Open that chest. Sit your hips back. So my chest is dropping forward a teeny bit, but not too much. You got to lock that core. Help hold your chest up tall. Support for the weight. 20 seconds to go. Feels good. Build that heat. Build the muscle. Build the strength. And build the stamina. Time. Okay? Set your bell down. We get a nice little mobility stretch. Cross one ankle over your knee. Flex your foot. Just going to go into figure four. Shift your hips back. Gentle press that knee down. All right, come on up other side. So next up, I'm going to be holding my bell in my right hand, and we're going to hit up a backward stepping lunge. One more on the right. Okay, so we're going to step back and forth every time. If you lose your balance a lot with the stepping lunge, or if it doesn't feel good for your knees, then I will have you stay static, or you can do a single leg deadlift. Sometimes toes don't like to bend, so you can hit up a single leg deadlift here. All right, otherwise, here we go. Belly strong, step back, and then lunge up. I think it's super important to get that chest up on a lunge, especially with the weight, and hunkering down. Tendency is to round and hunch over that front leg. So you want to hinge forward from your hip crease. However, we want to try not to slouch. So grab into the core, flex through that heel, or push through the heel to flex through your hamstring and glute. Building the heat, finding the stamina, muscular endurance on these little legs. Time. Switch it up if you didn't already. Make sure you're getting a nice long lunge. Make sure that your knee is tracking with the toes. I really like to keep my knee close to right on top of the ankle so that I get more push off of that glute and hamstring on the pushing side. But what matters more is tracking with the toes so the knee's not falling in or out. Keep it pushing. Lock the core. Check that upper back. Time. Whew, all right. Now we're going to hit up a Z-sit. Our little mobility here. So sit on the ground. Pull your left foot in. Right foot out. Just hang out here. Second. Always gets my heart rate up. Okay, and then we're hinging or switching to the other side. Right leg in, left leg out. All right, next up, we're going to be in a single leg glute bridge hold. So if you need, switch your Z. If you need to keep both feet on the ground, or if you want to switch at the 30s, one more, that's fine. All right, lie it down. Get your glute bridge set. Belly strong. Okay, so you're up and lift the one leg. I'll call 30 seconds so that if you'd like, you can drop the hips. I actually am not quite sure how well I'm going to do. I've never done, that I recall, a 1 minute hold. But we're here for a challenge. We're here to push ourselves a little more than we have in the past. Here's 30 seconds. Stamina, heat, burn. Flex your lifted leg as well. Flex that core. Make sure you're not overlifting through the low back. 10 seconds. That hamstring, it's going to lock up. Little Charlie horse coming up. I can feel ready, set, and switch. So if you switched at 30, switch back. Flex it in. Tighten it up. Building stamina. See if you can keep your pelvis square. See if you can keep that core locked. 30 seconds down. 30 to go. Scan the body. Relax your mind. Just settle your mind into the breath, into the heat. Lock the core. 10 seconds to go. Come on, come on. Keep that lift. Time. All right, drop those hips, cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. Interlace your hands behind that thigh. Pull deep into the chest. I can make my way through that minute because I know I got a little stretch coming. All right, cross your left ankle on top of the right knee. Flex both feet. Interlace those hands. Pull deep into the chest. All right. Coming back up, we have our last round before we're going to start repeating our sets. So we're going to go into a lateral shift. Okay, so I'm going to hold my bell back at a goblet, and I'm going to hinge over to the right first. So you're going to hold that goblet, make sure the left leg stays flexed and straight, and you're just hinging over and driving up out of that right leg. Flex the core. Here we go. Hinge those hips back and down. Really wrap into that pushing right leg. Right? So think about kind of a corkscrew grab. Sink as low as you can. Focus your core. You need that core strong so that as you hinge down and over, your back is supported. We want to keep those hips level, that pelvis level. Hinge back, drive up. Flex your inner thigh. You got it. Lock it in. Build that lateral flexion, the ability to go sideways. So good. 7 seconds. Lock into the core. Time, other side. Just straight over. Press all the way up, all the way back down. Line that knee and toe. I'm trying to target my elbow right to that knee, but make sure your chest is staying on top of or above your hips, right? So your hips want to always be below shoulder height and even chest height. Over and press. Ooh, it's adding up, friends. Check in and make sure that straight leg stays straight. It's going to want to bend a bit to help you get back up. And I want you to keep it straight. So it's just there for support, not flexion. Or I mean, not helping that grab. All right, let's see. What do I have? Oh, happy baby. All right, lie on your back. Roll it down. Bring your hands inside your legs and then pull your knees down to the ground. If you can, extend one leg straight, bend it back, then the other leg straight, bend it back. One more time, each side. Okay, we're going to be back into our goblet squats straight away. Let's roll it up. Still have 20 seconds left to go. All right, another round like we just did. This one we should feel a little more, a little faster. Okay, get your goblet ready, set, and go. Lock the core, set into what you're feeling. Really dig into where you want the burn to be. Wrap those thighs at the top. Feel those glutes set in. Keep that core solid. Pull your knees toward the pinky toe side of the foot. Four seconds, then we're in our sumo squat. Here we go. Widen out. Get those knees out wide. Working those adductors, so those inner thighs. Think about what your motivation is. What's your push? Where is your drive coming from? Has to be coming from deep within yourself. What do you want for you? Trying not to come just because culture says we're more accepted when we work out or our bodies look better, but because we feel better. We feel stronger. We have more energy. We sleep better. What's your push to bring you to the mat for you? Time. And sure, it could be vanity a little. Go figure 4. But it has to be what you want for you, not somebody else. Flex that foot, sit into it. Little pushes. Okay, we're going to hit up those lunges next. 20 seconds left. I'm going to start second side this time. Square off those hips. Lock into the core. 4 seconds. 3, 2, here we go. Get your range. Your feet should be hip width, right? And then see if you can track your knee with those front toes. Where do you want your flexions? Which muscles are you trying to build? I like really developing my hamstrings and glutes that a powerhouse. Quads are easy to grab. And a lot of our lives that force those flexions. Keep it up. We don't have to come back here today. So just get all that you can out of this side. 4 seconds. Step in. Woo. Switch it up. Here we go. Drive off that front leg. So think of your back leg kind of being your kickstand, especially now that it's fried. It's nice we don't have to use it much. See if you can tell if your hips are staying squared off. Pull that back hip forward. Front hip back. 20 seconds to go. Whew. Come on, dig in. Drive up all the way, but try not to lock that knee out. Time. Whew. Done with our bell. Z sit. Thank goodness. Sink it down. Pull one foot in, one foot out. And then switch. Use your hands or try not to. Totally up to you. Stretch through that hip flexor. One more time. Each side. All right, friends. Glute bridges are next. Lie on your back. We have 10 seconds to go. See if you can get that core set. Make sure your heels underneath your knees. Here we go. Lift and hold. Now something to check on is that when you lift that one leg, that you didn't end up tripoding your other foot. And you have to decide what's the better push for you, what's better effort, where's the intensity that you want. So there's halfway if you want to switch. Now's your chance. Make sure you're incorporating the core. 10 seconds. Okay, switch. Oh, fresh meat. Find flexion in that lifted leg. Envision someone's trying to push it down and you're resisting that. If you want more, then find traction. So you push into your right heel. Okay, there's 30 if you're switching. Push into the heel and then pull back towards your shoulder. And you're going to get more traction. Come on. Deep breaths. Try to relax your jaw. 10 seconds. Oh, come on, come on. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, good job. All right, get that figure 4. Pull in. Maybe a little bit of pull, release. Switch. Flex both feet. Pull, release. Pull, release. All right, hit another one each side. And then back to that second side. Okay, and then we're going to have our lateral shifts. Back to that goblet hold. 12 seconds. Wide angle, wide stance. Lock the belly. Here we go. Drop and drive. So you're just shifting over, and the hips and pelvis are staying neutral. Feel the glutes, especially that one. So for me, my left glute, shift back, flex in, drive up. So I'm kind of re-screwing my heel into the ground on that pushing side every time. So my toes kind of flare wide, and then that heel screws into the ground, and then I get that push up. Check in with your core, long flat back. Flex those thighs. Shift it over to the other side. Come on, it's the final countdown. You're doing fantastic. Lengthen your back. Tighten your core. Stay strong and straight in that non-moving side. 17 seconds. Remember that little corkscrew grab. Time. Oh. All right. Let's get our happy baby stretch and then everything else. Oh, nice work. That was fun. I thought it was fun. Okay, lie on the ground. Bring your hands inside your legs, then wrap outside your feet, or you can keep them inside and pull here. So open the chest, slide your shoulder blades into the ground, and then we're going to rock side to side this time. So push your right knee down, then the left, right, and then the left. And then just for the heck of it, roll yourself up to where you're kind of in a balanced position. See if you can grab around those legs again, those feet. So you can hold here, or you can try extending one leg up, put it back, then the other. Now, I'm pretty flexible, and I get to stretch a lot every single day. So this may not work for you. That's totally fine. You can go back to the ground or just hold your balanced flexed position. One more each side. Good. All right, put your feet together, soles of the feet. Go into your butterfly stretch. Hinge yourself forward. Inhale, come up. Hinge yourself forward. Exhale. Inhale, come up. One more. Exhale. All the way. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's twist outside that left leg. Oh. Twist outside the right. And then let's flip it around. We're going to get that hip flexor stretch, hamstring, and pigeon. Hinge forward. Find that back hip flexor, get some pull, some lengthening. Open the chest. Remember to always be encouraged and grateful as you finish a session. Always congratulate yourself. Hinge back, toes come up. If it was tough to just get to the mat, don't even worry about your intensity level. Some of us are motivated by just getting the actions done. It still counts if you turn it on and move your body a bit. And then each of us is different. The health and the consistency of a workout, how committed that you are to showing up every day, is really based on what you want from it, right? So I think a lot of times we have been told this story that if we don't sweat, or if our muscles aren't screaming at us, or if our heart rate's not through the roof, that it's not worth it. And that's not true. It's always worth it if you're motivated to come back another time. Press into those hands. Shift your hips around. So we're going to bring the left leg forward. Also, making time for your workout can sometimes mean that you sacrifice something else. Sacrifice a few extra hours of sleep or minutes of sleep. Maybe you sacrifice doing your hair or getting your makeup done or whatever. Let's see what it might be for the guys. Doing a massive breakfast, hinge back at that hamstring. So you have to decide if that trade-off is worth it. And you have to decide for yourself. I can't tell you. Your partner or spouse can't tell you. All right, switch to your pigeon. You have to create your own story, your own finish line, your own reason for being here, your own reason for pushing to your max. Why do you want it? All right, couple more deep breaths here. As always, it's a pleasure. It's fun to imagine all the different faces and bodies and personalities that will be working out with me on this set today. So good work. Congratulations. Thanks for being here with me. Come on up. We have 3 more days in our build series, so make sure that you come, show up, and finish strong. Have a good one.